Well, the search for the first good movie of 2024 continues because Argylle ain't it. Sorry if that's bad news for you if you were looking forward to this movie. I certainly was. I don't know if the trailers worked for many people, but the trailers certainly worked for me. I really liked the premise. If you don't know, the movie that the trailers try to sell you is we have this author, Ellie Conway, who writes a spy espionage fiction series of books called Argylle, the main character being Argylle. And we see these fanciful events in her head as she's writing the story, played out by these actors, most notably Henry Cavill, but Dua Lipa and John Cena are also there. And she writes these books that apparently are able to tell the future in real life. And real life spies start looking for her. And she has to figure out what's going on, how can she predict the future, who is the real Argylle, and all this stuff like that. So the trailers actually did a pretty good job of making me pretty interested because it seemed like not a completely original movie, but an original enough idea for a spy movie. It reminded me a little bit of The Lost City, which came out a couple years ago, which was a okay movie. So I was quite looking forward to it. I liked the cast. I like the director, Matthew Vaughn. Unfortunately, you can have a great cast and you can have a great director, but if the script is just not it, the movie can crash spectacularly. And that's unfortunately what happened here. You see, this movie was written by a gentleman named Jason Fuchs or whatever, Fuchs, Jason Fuchs, however you pronounce that. And he has written such classics as Ice Age 4 and Pan, that movie from 2015, Peter Pan origin story. That was real bad. He's also written some other stuff that is also not very good. I think the best thing he's written is Wonder Woman. So that's not encouraging, and unfortunately, that is basically indicative. This tells you what's wrong with this movie. It's the script. The story is all over the place. The movie does not know what it's about. The story that the trailers tell you the movie is about is only what the movie's about for maybe 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and then the movie takes a complete left turn and is about something else entirely, and it's about that for maybe 20 minutes. And then the movie takes another turn, and now it's about something else for another 15 minutes. And then now it's about this, and it's about that, and it's just jumping back and forth, and it's trying to keep us on our toes. And and the first twist worked for me, okay. And then by the time the second twist happened, I was like, okay, I know where we're going after this. And then after that, no twist that they tried to sell me surprised me at all because I was expecting something to happen because I knew what kind of movie I was watching at this point. It's a movie that is taking more pride in trying to surprise the audience and trying to be clever and being like, ooh, I bet you didn't see that coming, than being an actual good story with good character motivation, good character development, fun interactions. It doesn't care about that. It just wants to wow you. And if you have seen a lot of movies, then nothing in this movie is going to wow you. And unfortunately, the directing is not good enough to elevate this script. A good director can make a bad script good, but an okay director can't. It's happened many, many times. And unfortunately, that's what's happening here. Matthew Vaughn, who has made some good movies, but he's been on kind of an streak lately, he's just not, I don't know, he's indulging a little too much in his stylized action scenes, and nothing in this movie looks real. So even if the script was bad, at least the action scenes and the set pieces could kind of provide some sort of entertainment. But unfortunately, because it's way too stylized, and so because of that, it relies so much on CGI, and the CGI in this movie is just not very good. I don't know who to blame for this. my instinct is to blame the studio and putting inconsiderate amount of hours on the CG artists, because that's been the pattern lately. So I won't be surprised if some story comes out that says that the CGI artists in this movie were just overworked and underpaid, like always. But unfortunately, that means that the CG in this movie is just so terribly distracting, and it's just awful. So yeah, in case you can't tell, I'm a little bummed out by this. I was kind of surprised. I thought this movie would be a solid time. I liked the director, I liked the cast, I liked the idea. Unfortunately, the writing was just so bad that the cast couldn't save it, the director couldn't save it, and it's just unfortunate that the movie ends up being what it is. It tries to set up some sort of sequel near the end if you stick around for that long, but I'm not interested. I don't know how many other people will be interested. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but I doubt it. This movie is all over the place. So yeah, not necessarily a recommendation from me. Stay away from the theaters. Don't watch this movie. Save your money. And like I said earlier, the search for the first truly good movie of 2024 continues. I think so far the best one is probably Mean Girls, surprisingly. That's probably been the best movie I've seen so far. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe Lisa Frankenstein will save us all. Who knows?